Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Monster Tamer Showcase, where we explore and give a platform to new upcoming monster taming titles. Today I'm really excited to be discussing Mythcaller the Nightmare Shaman, a 2.5D semi-open world platforming collectathon where you can utilize various creatures to traverse the world, all with unique abilities. In today's video, we're going to break down what exactly the game is and entails, thanks to the recent launch of its Steam page, which will be linked below. That said, let's dive in. Okay, so firstly we're going to start by checking out the game's official Steam trailer uninterrupted, then we'll discuss the varying aspects to the game with accordance to the information provided. Let's check it out. Alright, so what is Mythcaller? Mythcaller the Nightmare Shaman is a collectathon platformer fused with a monster-catching RPG. Traverse a semi-open world in order to collect monsters, golden feathers, and a large host of permanent upgrades. Catch monsters, level them up, and equip them with weapon auras found all throughout the world. Later on in your adventure, you'll even be able to fuse monsters together in order to mix and match different monsters' attacks and passive perks. So already we see the game has a higher level of complexity beyond what one might assume at a first glance. The game clearly is more than just a platformer with monsters. You have your level up system, your fusion, and even special weapon auras, which I'm assuming would work similarly to something like held items. Every monster is unique and useful. Each monster has an attack or perk that no other monster in the game has. Furthermore, every monster in the game is viable endgame. It is perfectly possible to battle the final boss with a team of small hedgehog monsters and win. Collect everything. Collect permanent healing tanks, mana crystals that expand your team roster, library pages that show special fusion combinations, and more. So me personally, when I first heard that this game was going to be a collectathon, the first thing that came to my mind was something like Spyro the Dragon, a trilogy that I absolutely adore. That said, this is clearly going to be far more in-depth with how these collectibles function, rather than them just being things you need to get for the sake of getting them. These collectibles will seemingly buff you in one way or another, which is definitely nice. A 90s style non-linear adventure. Unlock the doors to powerful bosses by collecting enough golden feathers, defeat those bosses to unlock the ability to summon them and use their powers to reach locations that were previously unreachable. So again, something like Spyro, where you need enough dragon statues or orbs or eggs or dragonflies, whatever, depending on the game, to unlock certain boss areas. This is also kind of like Mario 64 with its stars. Alright, next we got the story and lore, which goes as follows. Ember Eclair wasn't always a monster-catching superhero. She was just an ordinary, modern-day girl who moved to a new town to get away from her boring life. She gets a bit more excitement than she bargained for, however, when she finds herself mysteriously thrown into a world of magic and monsters after spending the night in her new home. The people in the past mistake Ember for a legendary hero called the Mythcaller who went missing recently. Why did Ember get sent to this monstrous world? Why does she look like the Mythcaller? It looks like Ember will have to fill the Mythcaller's shoes in order to find out. We also got this here. Voice-acted cutscenes. Mythcaller will have full English language voicing for the major animated cutscenes. All potential languages, including English, will be included in localized subtitles. So that last part especially is pretty cool. I wasn't actually expecting the game to have voice acting, but if done right, it could really add to the game. All that said, I gotta be honest, I really like 2.5D games. I'm glad we have a few games in the genre that decided to go in this style, like Cassette Beats, like Amber Roots, like Ento Drive, and some others alongside Mythcaller the Nightmare Shaman. As far as the game's release date is, it currently has a window of either 2023 or 2024. And as for platforms, as far as I can tell, it's only Steam right now, but the dev did make another game called Xander the Monster Morpher that did end up being Steam and mobile. So we know the developer has experience with mobile platforms as well. Anyways, with all that said, make sure to let me know what you guys think. Do you like what you see? If so, what specifically got you interested? Definitely leave a comment down below, and if you are a fan of my channel and love monster taming content, definitely subscribe because I put out new videos every single day. You can also check me out on Twitter, my Discord, and my Patreon, all links below. Special thanks to our patrons, especially Dark Persona, Jim Hamilton, and Stealcase. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.